Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Today's story time. Pretty interesting one. Pretty, ridiculous one. Think you guys will enjoy it. I know I kind of say that every single video, but I do think you'll enjoy it. Anyway, let's jump into today's story time. Let's just get right into it. So today's story time all takes place back in 2018. Now, early 2018, to be specific. I had this friend. Let's just call him Johnny, okay? Johnny, I was very good friends with. I still am to this day. We're still cool. We don't talk as much as we used to, but I still am good friends with him. And Johnny was a good kid. You know, I've always been friends with him, always been a good dude. No complaints with Johnny. However, there's one thing about Johnny that would always get him and me into really shitty situations. Johnny would hang out with people that were just kind of like bad influences. I'm not trying to sound like that boomer that's like, don't hang out with anyone that's a bad influence for you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to sit there and act like that. But he really would hang out with people that were like only bad influences. Like every time he got in trouble, it was never his doing. It was his stupid ass friends. So today's story time is about one of those times, except this time it involved me. So today's story time all starts off in the beginning of 2018. I was visiting my hometown for a few weeks, and I was staying at Johnny's house. I didn't really feel like renting an Airbnb. I didn't feel like going to a hotel. Just didn't feel like renting a place while I visited. So Johnny offered me his guest room. So about halfway through the week of being in my hometown, I had no complaints. I was having a good time. I was visiting with family, friends, just enjoying myself. The only complaint I really had was it was cold as fuck outside. It was, like January or February. So it was very, very cold. And I was kind of looking forward to going back to LA because of how cold it was in my hometown. And I thought, you know what? Johnny's been such a good friend to me, such a good host. It's only right if I return the favor. So I offered Johnny a ticket to come to LA with me for free. I just asked him, I'm like, hey man, we're almost to the day of me leaving. Do you want to maybe come with me? I'll get you a ticket there. I'll get you a ticket home. It'll be a free trip for you. And you just come see how I live out there. You can see my place. Like, I really want you to come hang out. And he's like, dude, fuck yeah, of course. And we were stoked on it. I was so excited to be taking one of my best friends to LA with me. I was going to show him my apartment, introduce him to my friends out there. I was just stoked to be going on a trip with one of my friends because I didn't get to travel with my friends very often. So we were excited about it. Now, fast forward a day later, Johnny comes downstairs. And he's like, hey man, quick question. I was like, what's up? He goes, do you think my friend Jason can come with us if he pays for his own ticket? Now, the minute he said this, I was kind of let down on the inside because, like I said earlier, Johnny had some shitty friends, and I don't trust a lot of them. And I was also kind of bummed because I was looking forward to going on a trip with just my homie. I didn't really want to go with a bunch of people. But you know what? Johnny wanted him to come along. Johnny's a good friend of mine. I decided, you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'll let his friend come with us. So I was like, yeah, man, tell him he can pay for his own ticket and come with us. I don't mind. So fast forward, it's the day of us leaving to LA. His friend comes over in the morning. This was the first time I was ever meeting his friend ever. And off of meeting him, I immediately knew this dude was going to cause some sort of fucking problem. He walked into the room and he shakes my hand. He's like, yo, what's up, man? Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. And this kid absolutely reeked of weed. And I don't care if someone smells like weed. I don't give a fuck. I used to smoke all the time. So do all my friends. I don't care. Him smelling like weed was not the issue. The issue was him smelling like weed while we were on our way to an airport. Because the airport, especially back then, if you smelled like weed, the TSA and security will probably be suspicious of you and conduct some sort of random search on you. I don't know, maybe they won't. Either way, I didn't want that happening because then we'd miss our flight. So the first thing I asked this kid is I'm like, hey man, I don't care if you smoke or if you just smoked, but please tell me you don't have any weed on you. He's like, nah man, I don't. And I was like, all right, that's all that matters. We're good then. So we get in the Uber and we go to the airport. The minute we get to the airport, we hop in the TSA line after we check in. We're waiting in line patiently to get to the front and get through airport security so we can then go off to LA. And right when we're about to get to the part where we take our bags off and we run them through the machines and like go through security, fucking Jason, Johnny's friend, looks at me and goes, oh fuck. I was like, why'd you just say, oh fuck, what happened? He goes, I forgot something. Now when he said that, I thought he meant like he forgot something at home. So I asked him, I'm like, what'd you forget at home? He's like, oh, no, it's not that it's at home. I forgot something's in my bag. And when he said that, I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, no. I was like, dude, what do you have on you? He's like, a couple things. I'm like, oh, no. What do you mean a couple things? He's like, well, I got some weed on me and I got something else. I was like, what does something else mean? He's like, fuck, man. I don't even want to say it. I was like, what does it start with? He's like, a C. I was like, does it rhyme with oak? He's like, yeah. I was like, no, dude, fuck. Out of all things, you have that with you? He's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I always bring this backpack everywhere with me, and I thought that I emptied it out, but I guess I didn't. And I was like, dude, how do you forget to empty out your backpack before you go to an airport to fly? He's like, I don't know, dude, I'm stupid, I'm sorry, like I got way too high this morning. I was like, all right, fuck. Okay, well, let's hop out of the line and let's go. And we go to turn around to leave the line, and there's way too many people behind us and in front of us to like move. So we're like stuck in this line, and we're about to get to the part where we have to like put our bags on the conveyor belt, which basically means Jason's about to get fucking caught and probably arrested. And with like no hesitation, Jason just starts going through people. He's like, excuse me, excuse me. He's like pushing people out of the way, like trying to get through the line. And he ends up making it out of the line and starts running towards the exit door of the airport. Like, he made it so fucking obvious. Like, everybody in the entire airport watched him do this. And it was so obvious that he was trying to hide something. And guess what? One of the TSA agents saw this and ran after him. He chased after him, caught up to him, and stopped him at the exit door and brought him into a little room for questioning right next to TSA. So after this happens, we get to the part of TSA where we're going through security, and we basically have to go through security anxious as fuck, not knowing what's about to happen to our friend. And we get out on the other side, and fucking Johnny immediately pulls out his phone and he texts Jason. He's like, yo man, are you good in there? Like, what's going on? And like 15 minutes later, Jason responds and goes, hey man, they brought me in for questioning. I just told them the truth and they let me go. And I was like, what? So then I take the phone and I call Jason and he answers. I'm like, hey man, it's Austin. What's going on? He's like, yeah man, so one of the agents brought me into a little room and I just straight out told him the truth. I told him I had some stuff on me. I told him I forgot some weed in my backpack and he told me to get out of here before he calls the cops. So I'm leaving right now. I was like, shit, what else did he say? He's like, that was pretty much it. He told me not to come back unless I had that stuff out of my backpack. I was like, oh, so you can come back without it? He's like, yeah. I was like, bet, like, just do that. Go home and drop it off and come back. And he's like, nah, man, honestly, like, I'm kind of nervous about flying anyway. I don't think I'm going to go. So this kid just bailed. He gave up his $600 ticket, just gave up, wasted $600 on a plane ticket, and I literally never saw him again. Me and Johnny went to LA. We had a really good week. Johnny came home after that. I don't know if he still hung out with Jason or not. But either way, I never saw Jason again. To this day, that was the last time I ever saw him. So, yeah, moral of this story is, do not be like Jason. And that doesn't mean all Jasons, because I know there's a few Jasons that watch my videos, okay? If your name's Jason, I love you. But don't be like that specific Jason, because that dude was a grade A dumbass. And yeah, so anyway, guys, that's pretty much the end of that story time. In the end, everything was okay. Everything went very well. A lot better than I thought it was going to go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. That shit helps way more than you know. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.
Even the night you be wanting to fight. When I pull up, you see it's like, oh shit. Cut all these ties cause they plan my demise. They all snakes and I think it's been showing. I got some issues, they haunting me daily. I'm losing my mind and I know it. Losing my mind and I know